Hello everyone, this is Nocturne, and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy XIII Story Primer. Yes, that's right, it's reading time. So go ahead and get out your glasses, your drinks, and anything else you'd like to have around when you get down to some reading. Or not, since I'm the one doing the reading. So just sit back, enjoy, and I think we've got quite a bit to cover. For those curious, the last 6 episodes were indeed recorded all in one sitting, that's why the music was all the same, and will probably be the same for today's recording set. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm actually going to be skipping the events. I know I read them last time, but I skipped them in the first episode, and now that I've actually finally sat down to edit it, I realize these really are just kind of redundant because we see them in the loading screens, we see them as the game happens, so not a whole lot of point there. And also, as I pointed out, I will be going back into the people because, as you can see, some of them updated. So let's go ahead and find out what's new with Saz. I believe the first paragraph we read before... Oh no, okay. A trained civilian airship pilot, Saz has been raising his son alone since the untimely passing of his wife almost 3 years ago. His son Daj became a Sanctum Lassie during the Eurode Gorge incident. Without a clear focus, the little boy will eventually turn into a monstrous Seath. Guessing that Daj's task could be to destroy the beings from Pulse, Saz boards the Purge train as part of a plan to take care of the fal'Cie himself. His self-appointed mission ends with him becoming a Pulse Lassie, an existence that puts him into conflict with his son's status as a Sanctum servant. And now for Hope. Hope lives in the city of Palampolum. However, when he visits the town of Bottom with his mother, Nora, they are swept away by the chaos of the Purge. Nora dies in the ensuing violence, and Hope later becomes a Pulse Lassie. The boy blames Snow for his mother's death. Driven by his desire for revenge against the Nora leader and the Sanctum, Hope eagerly joins Lightning on her headlong charge into battle. Still don't know any more about the mysterious woman, but I have a feeling we'll be seeing more of her back in the regular LP soon. Daj Katzroy, Saz's son. Daj is a boy who loves his father and chocobos, unconditionally. Though his mother passed away 3 years ago, he remains a cheerful and energetic child. When Saz lets him out of his sight for a moment during a trip to the energy plant, Daj is caught up in a Pulse incident that leaves him a Sanctum Lassie. Now with the ability to sense power of Pulse origin, the little boy involuntarily discovers the fal'Cie in the bottom vestige. With his focus still unknown, Daj faces eventual transformation into a Seath. And I don't recall if we had anything for Hope's mother last time, but that's her, Nora's time. Nora is Hope's mother. Worried about the worsening relationship between her son and his father, Nora wonders how to break down the barriers Hope has created. Wanting to protect her boy from the horrors of the Purge, she volunteers to join the battle but is killed during the chaotic conflict. Nora begs Snow to help get Hope home, but the Nora leader never hears the boy's name before she slips from his grasp. And that's something I would like to mention to you guys if you go back and watch, I think it was episode 2 of the LP. If you pay really close attention, when just before she says get him home, they didn't put it in the subtitles, but you can clearly see her saying, Hope, get him home. Little tidbit there for you guys to go back and check out. Something I didn't even notice until I was editing it up, saw it through the 3rd time. Cid Raines. Cid Raines is the commander of the Wide Area Response Brigade, a military unit otherwise known as the Cavalry. While lacking the sheer firepower of PSICOM, the Cavalry is considered one of the most elite groups within the Guardian Corps. As a Brigadier General in the Sanctum Army, Raines should stand ready to repel the forces of Pulse. However, he seems to be seeking out some of the fugitive Lassie and taking them captive to some end that remains to be seen. Yes, that's the man who is with the mysterious woman that took Snow captive. Jill Nabat. Don't believe we've actually been introduced to her directly, but yeah. Jill Nabat is a PSICOM officer who graduated at the head of her class and attained the rank of colonel with unprecedented speed. As the supervisor in charge of the investigation at Eurode Gorge, as well as Daj's testing after the boy became a Sanctum Lassie, Jill is well acquainted with the Saz. She lent an ear to the distraught father and listened to all his fears and doubts. And I think that catches us up with all the people for now. Oh, Chocobo Chick. Saz purchased this Chocobo Chick at a stall at in Uriday Gorge for his son Dodge. However, while his attention was on the transaction, Dodge ran into the energy plant and headlong into the incident that changed him into a Sanctum L'Cie. Though the boy and chick have only met once during the brief visit Saz was allowed by Psycom and Bodum, they became fast friends. Dodge is trying to decide on what he wants to call the chick, but for now, the chocobo remains nameless. Okay, that's all the people. 13 days. So let's see, where to start? How about day 11? Sounds good. Father and son. Dodge suddenly decided that he wanted to go to Bottom. Realizing this may be an effect of the boy's new power to detect pulse beings, Colonel Nabat promised a Psycom-supervised excursion to the coastal town. It was the night of the fireworks show, but Saz's mood was not lightened by the beautiful display. The smiling faces of his son, oblivious to the fate that awaited him, was more painful than the trouble father could bear. Meanwhile, the Psycom team scouring the area discovered the fallacy within the vestige. Dodge must have reacted subconsciously to the presence of the lower world entity. And let's just go in order here. Day 12, Celebration. On Lightning's birthday, Sarah revealed she had become a Pulse L'Cie and had accepted Snow's proposal for marriage. Thinking her sister had made it all up, Lightning chased her from the room with harsh, biting words. By the time she realized Sarah was telling the truth, it was too late. Her sister had returned to the vestige and become a prisoner of the fallacy. The only thing Sarah had left behind was Lightning's birthday present, a survival knife. And I think we'll skip this one for now. Let's go up here to Day 2. Opposition. Snow was overjoyed to meet his older sister of his beloved Sarah, but Lightning was far from impressed. She had never approved of him or his group's unsanctioned activities. As far as Lightning was concerned, Nora's actions, hunting down weak monsters and acting like heroes, were reckless and irresponsible. She wanted Snow to forget about dating her sister, but the young man just laughed away her demands. His flippant attitude did nothing but reinforce her original impression. I don't believe we've actually seen that in the LP yet, but we can kind of see how that came about. Day 5, Contact. Saz took his son to the Uriday Gorge energy plant after Dodge begged to see one of the Sanctum L'Cie. While Saz was busy buying a chocobo chick at the souvenir shop, the little boy ran off into the plant alone. Moments later, a strange phenomenon rocked the building. When the panicked father rushed inside, he found his son unconscious lying on a bench. The energy plant Falsi Kujata had branded Dodge with the mark of a Sanctum L'Cie. Day 7, Revelation. Sarah was overcome by curiosity when she saw the doors of the vestige wide open for the first time. She wandered inside and was branded by the pulsed Falsi. Unable to tell Lightning that she had become a L'Cie, Sarah eventually revealed her painful secret to Snow 4 days later. Unwilling to see him suffer the same fate, the young woman tried to break off their relationship, but Snow chased after her and swore to help her complete her focus, whatever it may be. Day 8, Questions. After being made into a Sanctum L'Cie, Dodge was taken into custody by Psycom and subjected to a battery of tests. Colonel Nabat, the supervising officer, next imparted some unsettling news to Saz. His son had gained the ability to sense the presence of pulse beings, but his focus was still unknown. Without a defined focus, the boy was doomed to become a Seath. Could his task be to discover lower world invaders? To destroy them? Saz's mind raced as he tried to figure out a way to save his son. And Day 12 taken. After announcing the discovery of the lower world being, the Sanctum instigated the Purge. Before the Pulse Falsi could be carried away and Sarah doomed to become a Seath, Snow had to get into the vestige and find out what her focus was. If they could figure out Sarah's task, then maybe Lightning would finally believe them. With that plan in mind, the young Nora leader brought his fiancée back to the place where she was branded. Things went horribly wrong. And only Sarah entered the vestige as a prisoner of the Falsi. Snow explained the situation to Lightning before rushing off to rescue his future wife. And that catches us up with the story so far. And I think this is probably a good ending point for this episode. We're just under 10 minutes, so... or possibly just over. Either way, good ending point. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Nocturne, and I will see you guys again in the next episode.